Hello, everyone. So I've obviously got to figure out what Wednesday is and what Thursday is because I keep doing this. Wellness Wednesday. So this is week 15. So we have talked about, this is a review of, I'm taking semaglutide, and I had huge high hopes, and it's definitely working. It's just like, I mean, my line's never a straight line, right? And so, but here's the beautiful thing about all of this is that it's making me realize that there's other health things that have to be addressed and not just my weight. And so, and it's really, really, really helping me in that. So just a quick rundown. The first few weeks immediately lost like 13 pounds, I think. But I have a digestive issue, and we're not quite sure. I've had it my entire life, but it's really, really acting up again. And so, like, in any given week, I can fluctuate 7 pounds. So it's really hard to tell at this point how much I actually weigh. It's looking like I've lost about 9 pounds at this point. That's what I would say that's probably where we're sitting. But with that being said as well, with the digestive issues, I look like I'm pregnant. I've got a lot of inflammation, that kind of thing. And so to know how much I actually have lost, I can't tell you. I am not having side effects from the medication, which is good. But obviously I'm realizing more and more and more how much like the gut affects literally everything. And so we're working on that. But with that being said, I want this journey to be about health, right? And that health journey encompasses a lot of different areas. And I'm doing a lot of study and a lot of looking into, right? That gut area and how it affects everything. The most interesting thing that I have been reading up on over and over is how it affects to specifically like ADHD or CPTSD or, those kinds of things. When our body goes into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode, it shuts everything down, right? And so it's just interesting to see how it all ties together. I'm actually going to do an ADHD video tomorrow, hopefully, on what that's like day to day, actually living with ADHD. For those of you who can relate, we'll band together. For you, those of you who love someone that has either CPTSD or ADHD, right? Maybe it'll give you some insight. But specifically, keeping it with the health journey today, not only, right, does things that are going to give me dopamine hits and serotonin really, really, really appeal to me because there's so little of that in my system most of the time, right? Then when most of the serotonin in our bodies comes from our gut, so when my gut's screwed up, it's even worse. So it feeds this cycle. It feeds a cycle of eating like sugary foods to try to get the serotonin, right? But my gut is just a complete mess. And so that is trying to work through all of that. But once more, if it hadn't have been for this medication, I wouldn't have realized, I wouldn't have been able to separate everything to see, okay, so this is something like realistically that needs to be dealt with. This is something that we need to like pull apart the pieces. I think that's the hardest part sometimes with our health is it's so intertwined. Our physical, our mental, our spiritual are all intertwined, right? They all affect each other. That we forget that we have to take apart piece by piece by piece. I'm very, very, very thankful for this medication. And I'm very, very thankful once we get on top of some of this stuff, right? It obviously can work. I have went up in dosage to see if I can override some of the things happening in my body. So we'll see. We'll see. But I really do count it a blessing that I am realizing how much is being affected right now. Like I said, it's not just my weight. It's so much in my body is not acting the way that it's supposed to, right? So with that being said, here I am, still not doing a great job of exercising, got to be completely honest. I've been really wiped out lately, and we're working through that as well and all that good stuff. So guys, the reason I wanted to share this, first of all, honest testimonials are the only way that I do this, right? But then second of all, because sometimes when a medicine like this comes around and with something that so many of us have struggled with for so long, it's very exciting and it feels like it's going to save us. And it's right. And then we get fearful that it's not going to work. Here's the thing. I wanted to put this out there. I wanted to show the positive side of it, even though I'm not dropping the weight quite as quickly as I would like to, right? With everything going on. There's definitely a positive to it, and I'm very, very, very glad that I'm taking it. So that's where I am on this journey. Next week, I'll share some more. Hopefully I have more answers. But I do want to do an ADHD video here soon, so be looking for that. Also, we have a lot of really fun stuff coming with Discover Columbus and everything on, if you're single, professional singles, we're taking a hike and picnic on Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, we have a pizza crawl. Check out Discover Columbus for all of this stuff. We have a Gehenna progressive dinner coming up. We have women's events. We have singles events. We have health and wellness events. We got all kinds of stuff. I am definitely running behind on all of this stuff, but we're getting there. So everyone, have a great day. We'll talk soon.